Thank you so very much for joining me today. I do appreciate it. All right, so we are not doing a spring program. I know, I can't believe it either, but we're not. I was getting our garden unit together, our nature unit together, all of that, and Remington came up and he said, Mimi, do we have to do this? And I said, no, babe, we don't have to do this. This is your education, and no. We live on acreage. We have somewhat of a farm and garden. So, he's pretty familiar. He also goes to a nature school once a week. So, when I get excited about something, we usually don't do it. Which is why I have been wanting to know about the story of the world. So this is not something I am reading to him. This is something that I am actually reading on my own for myself because I want to know this information. Yeah, I was looking at Campfire curriculum. We are doing the resurrection study that Campfire curriculum has, and so far it's been wonderful. So far, so good. He actually was over my shoulder when I was looking, and I thought, he might like the volcano, a couple of others that I thought he might really enjoy. And he looked over and he said, oh, Mimi, I want to do this one. And I said, which one? And he pointed at it, and I'm like, since when have you had an interest in this? He's like, oh, I've always been interested in this. Okay, news to me, because I spend 24/7 with you pretty much, and I had no idea. During the next few weeks, we will be discussing and learning about pirates, and we will be using Campfire curriculum, and I will give that a review as well and let you know how that is going. If you happen to know of any books, pirate related or treasure related, I would really appreciate you leaving me a comment down at the bottom. I have so far, I've got Dolphin Treasure, and I have a small version of Treasure Island. That's really about it. But I really would like some go-along books with his curriculum. So again, if you can think of anything, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, just let me know down at the bottom. Yeah, when he threw that at me, I was like, okay, well, here we go. So that is actually going to be our spring study. If you're like me, it's just right now kind of just a struggle to get through. To get through to the finish line. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I am just really struggling this year to get through to that finish line. When he said he wanted to learn about pirates, I was like all for that, going, okay, yeah, so yeah, we're just going to put this aside, and we're just going to keep going with what he's interested in doing. With 5 in a row and with the resurrection unit study that we're doing and our read alouds, we're still doing a little bit of our science. I mean, I have to be honest there. That's kind of, done this. We're in that little dip, right? There are some subjects that, but as long as I have him doing the 3 R's, and it may just be a page, but he is learning, and that is the most important thing. And even if he's learning just life skills, the past few weeks, we've mixed school and we've mixed a lot of life skill days and some nature days at the park, but it's just that time of year where I am going, okay, February just dragged on. March, I don't even know where March went. And April, it's like when we get a pretty day, like I've said before, when we get a pretty day here in Texas, I mean, it's April. Guys, I'm wearing a sweater. That's how cold it is outside, at least for Texas. But yeah, when we get a pretty day, we are outside. And I'm not even really an outdoorsy person, but it's like that's just where I want to be, is outside. That is what we have been doing. And I don't want you to feel that you need to jump on the garden bandwagon, or you need to do this, or you need to change your homeschool. You don't need to do that. I may be the only one out here that's not doing a spring unit, but that's okay too. If you are not doing a spring unit, or even if you are doing a spring unit, let me know down at the bottom. Are you just trying to push through? Are you looking at next year? Are you kind of putting this year on hold, going, okay, we'll finish it in a few months? I would love to hear what you are doing right now for spring. Another thing that Remington is doing, we finished the Good and the Beautiful. We finished that level. We finished a level of Singapore. So right now we have brought in these cute little books that I found. These are level 3, and this is Math Start. And these are literature math books. Oh, my goodness, literature math books. I could not be more happy. Y'all, our whole curriculum is going to be literature pretty soon. These are wonderful. This one is Divide and Write. This one is Too Many Kangaroo Things to Do. And this one is Bigger, Better, Best. He has really enjoyed the first one, which was Bigger, Better, Best. He really enjoyed that one. I'm hoping that he enjoys the other two. If he does, then I'll go ahead and purchase more of the level. I did find these on Amazon, and I am looking around at some thrift shops now to see if I can snag some of the other ones. The other thing we are doing that is a little spring is I brought in Days Like This. And these are mostly spring poems. And, Remington loves poetry. I love poetry. So we are keeping our poetry going. The other thing that Remington is really enjoying is Once Upon a Pancake. If you have one that does not really... that likes to tell stories but isn't really writing stories, Remington, I'm still, he's still doing dictation. So I'm still scribing for him most of the time. He writes a few sentences, but he's not really writing paragraphs or anything like that at the moment. He'll catch up on that probably over the summer, maybe, I hope. But if he doesn't, he'll catch up when he catches up. This is Once Upon a Pancake, and he is having a blast with this. It gives him the story prompt, and then he has to either illustrate, like he had to illustrate a superhero costume. He had to make up a silly superhero costume and then tell a story about his superpowers. So this has just been wonderful for him. So if you have a reluctant storyteller, a reluctant writer, try something like this, and it may help a little bit. The other thing that I bought him, because he's giving me a little bit of a hard time with punctuation. Well, I don't know if he's giving me a hard time or not. He's kind of arguing with me. So I'm not going to go into it now, but let's just say that he's punctuating his way. He's saying the sentences his way. We read a sentence and I said, okay, what goes at the end of this sentence? Is it a period, question mark, exclamation point? And the sentence was, David has 5 stones. And he said, it's a question mark. And I said, what? How is this a question mark? Remington, how is this a question mark? And he said, David has 5 stones? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, why? So, yeah, my little analytical thinker. So I bought Basher punctuation to help me explain to him, hopefully, about punctuation. If you have any suggestions on the logical thinker that needs to know the how, what, when, why, if you have any suggestions on anything that may help me in this area, I would greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment down. The other thing that he's really enjoying right now is the I Survived series. So we are almost done with the Galveston hurricane. He's really enjoying this one. He picked out the American Revolution because this is what we are studying in Sunlight. So this is I Survived the American Revolution 1776. And he really is enjoying that series right now. What we're doing or not doing, but yeah, you know, we are just kind of doing our thing right now. We go through these spells of ups and downs, you know, with our curriculum, and that is the beauty of homeschool, having the freedom to learn what he wants to learn and to just take our time. I have found that if we take our time, and I do not rush him, he usually just starts picking it up on his own and takes off with it. Reading went from probably a level 1. He is now at level, I would say 3.5 with his reading. I mean, I've just found that if I let him do his thing and if I give him the breaks and we break when we need to, that he learns. You know, it's still early in his education. He's only in 2nd grade, you know, and I want to talk to y'all about, you know, outside pressure and stuff like that, but I don't have time in this video. I have had a couple of questions about that. I have seen your emails, and I am going to do a video on the outside pressure that we get, you know, being homeschoolers, and how to handle some of the pressure, and how to handle the guilt of feeling behind. So if you are somebody that is struggling with that, subscribe, hit that bell, and you know, that way you get the notification when that video comes out. We would love to have you on this journey with us. We have a lot of different things coming out over the next few months, and again, we would love to have you on this journey. If you liked any part of this video, if you would give us a thumbs up, I would so appreciate it. That lets YouTube land know that somebody out there likes our content, and they push it to others who may enjoy our content as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Until we meet again, good to each other. Bye-bye.